Next up, we have a talk coming out of the Institute for Curatorial Practice. Now, the Institute for Curatorial Practice is actually a huge sort of enterprise over at Hampshire College. And one of the projects, or one of the sort of goals of the Institute, is getting students to think differently about curation, particularly now that people have so many different kinds of digital tools available. So today we actually have a talk from James Kelleher, who's a student at Hampshire College, and is here to talk about some of his own work and also about the Institute as well. Thank you.
Hi there. So this summer I attended the Institute for Curatorial Practice at Hampshire College, and in conjunction with that, afterwards I had an internship at the Mead Museum working with postdoctoral fellow, I believe, Bradley Bailey, who's a curatorial fellow for Japanese prints at Amherst College. And let me actually go to the next slide here. Now, Amherst College, through the Mead Museum, has a huge collection of Japanese prints, and what Bradley and I decided to do was take some of these prints and organize a digital exhibition around them. And we ended up titling the exhibition Payne's Pyrotechnic Spectacle, The Sino-Japanese War in Print. And the reason that it's such a focused exhibition is that there's this collection of prints donated by Ruth Nelkin, of prints that pertain directly and illustrate the Sino-Japanese War. A lot of the prints in this exhibition are bound up in this one sort of album, this sort of accordion-style book. And an issue with that is that's the type of thing that you can't realistically show in a museum. They're all essentially taped together. The condition makes it, and the fact that they're works on paper means that it's very inconvenient to display in a museum. So it's really, these are the types of things that benefit from a digital exhibition as opposed to a museum exhibition. Let's see. Another benefit of a digital exhibition format, and this is something we really tried to sort of push in our organization of the exhibition, is that these prints, these Japanese prints, can be viewed in multiple contexts, and the context in which you view them can really change how you see them. These prints can be viewed as historical narrative, they can be viewed as historical record keeping, they can be viewed as propaganda, they can be viewed as art objects, they can be viewed as pop culture because they were consumer goods when they were originally produced in the late 19th century. So one thing we tried to do here, and it's a little dark, you can't quite see it, but we created with the series of prints multiple modes of organization that the viewer of the site can go through. And each of these modes of organization collects different prints in conjunction with one another to recontextualize them in a number of different, sort of historically pertinent contexts. So hopefully, by doing that, what we sought to do was to do justice to these prints in a number of ways, present them in ways that are beneficial to the viewer and to the service of the prints. And ideally, we wanted to both broaden and serve the typical museum audience. So, this is just an example of one of the layouts of the site, and if you click on the X, in the top right corner, it gets rid of the label so you can see just the print itself. Also important, because again, as we know, not everyone always wants to read the label, and that's just fine. So I'd like to thank everyone involved with the Institute for Curatorial Practice for this wonderful opportunity. I'd like to thank all my erstwhile colleagues at the Mead Museum, in particular Bradley Bailey, and I'd like to thank everyone for coming out this afternoon.